in this neck of the woods, more in America, of course, but the only flying example outside the Americas, it is the consolidated Catalina displaying for you here at Southport. One of the most famous and successful flying boats ever built, certainly more than any other type. 3,281 were built in North America alone, just around 20 in Russia. Produced in both flying boats and amphibious versions as well, and used in virtually every theatre of operation for World War II by the Allied forces and by the US. In use for anti-submarine warfare, coastal patrol, convoy escort and air-sea rescue, the Catalina, as it's known to the US Navy, was closely involved in the attack on Pearl Harbor with the interception of the Japanese invasion force, the discovery and shadowing of the Bismarck prior to its destruction, and the sinking of several dozen U-boats over World War II. Over its time, the crew have claimed 2 of 4 Victoria Cross medals awarded to Coastal Command crews. After the war, the surplus Catalina served with numerous military and commercial operators around the world and found new leases of life as forest fire water bombers, survey aircraft, and as you see here today, stars of air displays all over the UK, Europe and America. Examples around the world, of which flying for you today, Miss Pickup is the most active, and she's now the only one flying in Europe. She's 81 years old this year. She was built by the Canadian Vickers in Quebec for the Royal Canadian Air Force in the autumn of 1943, and during World War II, the aircraft is playing for you today. Hunted enemy submarines, patrolling day and night along the coast of Western Canada. Post-war, used by the Arctic Survey, briefly working as a freighter before joining search and rescue flights where it served until finally being sold by them in 1961. As I said, many of the Catalinas were used as water bombers, fighting forest fires all over Canada, along with some seasonal work in the south of France and Chile. And in the 1990s, this pickup was purchased for the African Safari Flight Project, which was planned. Had passenger seats put in, a one-piece rear hull ballista, which was for viewing at the rear, and had a stair installed at the back as well. But the Safari Flight never got off the ground, and it was then abandoned in Dinamo. And it was there that Plain Sailing, the organisation that runs this beautiful aircraft, located the airframe, and after a lot of work managed to get her across to Duxford. Now re-registered and named Miss Pickup, she flies at airshows all over Europe and has ventured as far north as Iceland, Greenland and Arctic Norway, and as far south as Marseille, Turkey and Barcelona, and over to Poland and Moscow as well. She took part in the 70th anniversary of the Battle of the Atlantic Flight Path down the Thames in 2013, and later that same year successfully flew around the coast of Britain, establishing a UK national record for the coastal circumnavigation of the UK, as recognised by the Royal Aero Club, a distance of 3,317 kilometres in an airborne time of 18 hours, 12 minutes over 4 days.
That is sad, that.
It's an unbelievable aircraft.
3,000 miles to the
I'm really
UK.
shocked when you said it's 81
It's 3,000 miles to Cape Verde. What would you rather do?
It looks a really contemporary looking, I think,
Absolutely.
timeless aircraft. Yeah. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I just wish my bodywork would look as good when I'm 81 years old. That's all I'm going to say. She still operates from fresh water on a regular basis, and in addition to air shows
There's a
around
lake
Europe,
there
you
in
also see this pickup in any film. If there's a film that you see that has one of these beautiful aircraft in it, it will probably be this pickup.
They're the floats, are they? The stabilisers that they just put down?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That sounds like I know what I'm talking about.
Now, as I say, this is flying as Miss Pickup, but the original Miss Pickup was lost in the North Sea during an attempt to rescue a P-51 Mustang pilot. Due to engine problems, the Catlina couldn't take off from the water and was drifting all night. It was then shot up and sunk by the Luftwaffe, and the rescuers themselves had to be rescued, eventually taken to Great Yarmouth by lifeboat. There you see those beautiful searchlights and the pontoons on the side. And there is a memorial to the original loss of Miss Pickup, recorded on the Count of the Cost of Memorial Sculpture at the American Air Museum down at the Imperial War Museum of Duxford. Normally crewed by a crew of 8, so maximum speed of 196 miles an hour, which is about for something that's 81 years old. With her floats down, she's 100 feet long. She can patrol on range for 2,520 miles and powered by 2 beautiful 1,200 horsepower Pratt & Whitney twin wasp radials, and that is what's giving me that gorgeous sound, which we will now take in as this pickup comes back, coming into the left now to display for you. When it was being flown in World War II as Miss Pickup, not just for rescue, it would also carry machine guns and torpedoes in some cases, and some depth charges as well in its submarine hunting role. Now, if you'd like to support Miss Pickup and preserve the memory of this beautiful aircraft and the legacy of the many air crews that flown in her and indeed to help her keep in prime flight condition, then you can join the Catlina Society. You'll find them online at catlina.org.uk. and help keep this beautiful, beautiful aircraft displayed for everyone for years to come.
Really tight turning circle as well, it seems, for such a large aircraft. It seems like it can turn on a penny.
And of course, in its original role as both hunting submarines, this would enable it to locate, drop depth charges and turn, and also for rescue as well, of course. You'll be able to see the people you're rescuing and then come round and immediately give them some reassurance that you spotted them and that you were coming down.
It's not going to do a flip, is it? Make it do a flip. If it's Spitfire is 80 years old, it can do a flip. So
There we go. Miss Catlina, our first display. You enjoyed that, didn't you, Simon?
I did enjoy that. I think that's a really nice way to kind of ease us in. Something that I want to kind of bring up about that. You've got some great information on all of these aircraft.